Now on BBC Two, imagine spending the whole of your Sunday night with David Brent. Well, you're in for a treat.
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais. With me, Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
Creators, writers, directors, star of The Office. If you're a fan of that show...
Who isn't?
Yeah, then you've got a treat coming up because it's the entire first series...
Well, if they're a fan, Rick, then they will have already bought the DVD and already seen the show.
Oh, no. Wait, let me finish. It's the entire first series, but with extra bits. We've got interviews of people, it's a retrospective, people talking about it, A-listers, chatting about why they think The Office is genius. Not my words, I do think it's brilliant. Yeah. Do you know my favourite thing in The Office?
Go on. You? Thought as much, yeah.
Yeah. When I first saw The Office, I was struck by how original it was on a bunch of different levels. And I think upon first viewing, I thought, that's really great. And then upon my 38th viewing, realized how genius it was.
My first impression of The Office was that it was a masterpiece, and unfortunately, as time passed by, nothing interfered with that glow.
It was so fresh and new in terms of the style, and for me, it reminded me of a style of humor that I think in Spinal Tap, Chris Guest and those guys created. I saw that show and I was like, this is incredible.
When I first saw The Office, I thought, finally, there's something funny being done in the world.
I think the thing that I was most struck by is how original a character David Brent was.
Timothy! Hello. All right, have a quick word. Sure. Old office. Walk this way. Always start with a joke.
I've never seen a character in a movie or in television who is that obsessed with what people think of him. And I think a lot of the comedy comes from that. He's got way too much self-awareness, but way too little real self-awareness.
His self-image is, I'm the boss, but because I'm really funny, and I'm a really funny bloke, I'm also immensely popular. I can have a joke and a laugh with the people who, I'm supposed to have authority over, and they love me for it, and all that obviously is always wrong.
What's up? Hey, what's up? I love that. What's up?
Oh. Tim is the one that you hope you are in The Office, even though he's depressed and thinks his life is being pissed away in this place. You love watching Brent, but you don't want to be Brent, you want to be Tim.
That didn't happen by accident. It didn't happen because of my overwhelming charisma. Do you know what I mean? It happened because they wanted Tim to be the kind of, I suppose, the emotional focus, or at least they wanted him to be the audience, yeah. And he was,
Hey, dude.
Give it back.
I'm just using it for a second.
It's got my name on it. Apparently they had a completely different idea when they were writing it of the sort of person that Gareth would be. He was supposed to be a much bigger, more macho kind of guy, and so I've heard that when I came in and auditioned, they changed their mind.
Because if you're genuinely physically scared of somebody, if it had been Tim and Lee, that kind of character, then you just think, I think he's going to hit Tim. He's going to beat him up, Whereas it's kind of Tim and Gareth. You think there's a man who thinks he's Napoleon, but look at him.
That's the correct way. Do you want to try that with me?
I'm fine.
Well, I'm supposed to witness you do it so I can tick the box.
Every single one of those characters is so perfectly cast and in a sort of new, informal way.
Hello, Wernham Hogg.
And Dawn, just the perfect look, the perfect pitch. Not so fabulous that, of course, everyone will be in love with her, but you slowly fell in love with her while you watched her.
I've got kind of it's a hot hand, sorry.
Right, just don't touch my head.
With Dawn, sometimes I wanted to give her a bit of a shake, because she didn't pursue the guy that she really did want to. She didn't even get out of a relationship she really should have done.
You can say something.
And she had ambitions that she never really even attempted to pursue.
It's you that's changing your mind, because you always do.
What's wrong with that?
I think the camera is like another character in The Office. It's a whole other member of our show, because it added so much depth, I think, to what people said and did.
Obviously, one of the key aspects of the show was the sort of documentary style, and that had sort of been born out of how we'd originally got it made, and we shot something in a little documentary style. And we did that because it was a very quick way of filming. You can get a lot done quickly in a documentary style. You've got to worry about the finesse. And then over time, we realised that the whole sort of documentary boom that was happening at the time, the sort of docu-soap, things like Driving School and the Airport programme, were throwing up these amazing characters who suddenly were acting in a very specific way because of the fact they were being filmed.
I think the most extraordinary thing about the documentary format, obviously, was Ricky's performance with the camera.
Good. Well done. Well done again. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Because he was giving his own editorial version of how he thought he was doing. So that you had his ghastly behaviour, and then on top of the fact that he thought that his ghastly behaviour was absolutely excellent and cool and interesting and complicated.
Hey, Finchy!
Finchy comes in a ball of horrendous energy, you know, saying the crassest things, and Tim is able to go, you getting this? This is what I have every day of my life, you know.
Oh, yeah, speak to yourself. We wanted the look and the feel of the office to be very oppressive and very drab and ordinary and boring.
They had such a definite idea of what it should be, and it took 3 years to get it to the stage where they could actually make it. That's what made it a success, that they knew exactly what they were doing.
We didn't want anything sexy or cool or rock and roll. It was all anti that.
The opening titles, they just blew me away. I remember first time I saw it. The things you're seeing are so dull and grey, but it's shot in this incredibly cinematic way. And the slow pans and the low shot looking up at that horrible building. It makes it look epic, and the music is very epic, but what you're looking at is unimaginably dull. There's no doubt about what this is about.
I don't give shitty jobs. If a good man comes to me and says, thank you, David, for the opportunity and continued support in the work-related arena, but I've done that, I want to better myself, I want to move on, then I can make that dream come true too, aka for you. The point is, you talk the talk, you do not walk the walk. Vis-a-vis, you have not yet passed your forklift driver's test. The man who gives the jobs in the warehouse is a personal friend of mine. All right? I know the man for the job. Sammy, you old slag. The Brentmeister General. Have you advertised for the forklift driver's job? No, good. Don't bother. I've got the man here. He's perfect. Has he passed his forklift driver's tests? He gives the tests. Yeah. He's first aid trained, yeah. Yeah. We'll get a CV over to you this afternoon. I'm seeing her Sunday, aren't I? For my sins. Oh, he's Elaine. She left you yet? Yeah. All right, see you then. She has left him. I forgot about that. David